Hey guys, so I'm out on a run right now, and I just realized something. You know, often we all have intense childhood experiences, and for those of us that had a loving home, life, and family, a lot of times we don't feel justified or comfortable expressing that we had challenge because we had love. So, in a sense, what's there to complain about? And I deal with a lot of people on a one-on-one basis, and it's one of the things that comes up is feeling comfortable expressing the challenges that you went through. And what I realized just now is a little different take on it because it's only relative to your experience, right? Something that is trivial to someone else may have been detrimental, roadblock, a fundamental challenge in your whole life history and your emotional trauma, and someone else it'd be no big deal. So it's all relative to our orientation, our feeling, our relationship with these things, and our experience with it. And what I realize is that it's really, so there's what happens to us as children, and there's what we go through, and how we relate to it. And then the third piece is what we do with it, right? The tools that we have determine everything. Because for me, I had a loving childhood, a loving family, and yet my father had a pretty critical minded, harsh nature to him with me because that was how he wanted to help me be strong and self-motivated and and successful and happy in life. And for him, because of his training, he felt like by addressing and highlighting the negative things and reinforcing the negative aspects, or reinforcing the missing pieces or the things that I wasn't doing correctly or to the standard that he believed I should, he was harsh. And what I've come to realize is that by accentuating and highlighting the negative, you just get more of that, and you become super conscious of that, and it builds insecurity and it builds struggle internally. So what I'm working to do and have been cultivating for many years is an ability to move away from that habit and work on being supportive and communicative of my son as he's going through challenge, and highlighting, and I'm working on it, trust me, highlighting the positive and just diminishing my attention towards the negative. Unless I need to set a boundary, I let him struggle in it a little bit. Don't put in my weight, don't push him. Don't force a critical view. Just pull my attention away, let him feel it and figure it out for a minute. And then when I come back around, accentuate the positive, highlight the positive for him, because I know that's going to help him be encouraged in the right direction. It's going to help him to see what gets him the right kind of attention, and it's going to help him feel good about himself and build self-esteem and build awareness of the things that are of value based in our relationship. So, back to the point, what I've realized is that not only is it what we experience and how we relate to those things, but it's our tools that make all the difference. If I go through a really harsh experience, say physical or sexual abuse or something intense like that, but I have an exceptional amount of tools and inner guidance and strength, or a mentor in my life that comes and steps in, then it mitigates so much of that experience. And yeah, it's held in my fascia and held in my nervous system and my memory still, but because of my tools, I was able to pull through it. Or say I was an Ivy League kid raised in a multi-million-dollar home and had everything at my fingertips, but had no tools and no love and no communication or connection with my parents, say, and I spent a lot of time with mentors that really weren't supportive or didn't understand me, then you would think I'd be able to work through it all, but without the tools, even though everything was at my fingertips, I struggled, and I ended up, making really poor choices in terms of substance abuse and other challenges in my life because, I didn't have the tools and the groundedness and the support to recognize what a bad pattern was, bad choices were, and what they were going to lead to in the future. So consider that. It's our relationship with it, it's what we go through, and then it's our tools on top of that. And I really think that that's an important piece to mention, because for those of us that don't feel justified in expressing the challenges we went through, or don't feel like we should have any issues, or our parents are good people, yes, that's true. And for whatever reason, the tools weren't at our fingertips. They weren't in our experience, and they weren't being connected and given to us delivered to us in a way that we can move through whatever traumatic experiences we had. So feel how that feels. Recognize in your own story if there's anything that rings true about that for you, and I hope that serves you. I hope it feels good to you to recognize, your relationship in terms of those dynamics. And I wish you well. Have a beautiful Monday.